had to explain to, my mom, my agent, like, yo, this is my last time I get to actually be a kid. It was fun, and it was kind of difficult. Different putting the pads on for the first time. I'm not used to seeing out of a helmet, so getting used to my peripheral out of a helmet, it's cool. And then also being out here with the team, in the middle of the season is kind of like a shocker to do. But they all accepted me out here. When they found out I was doing it, they were happy for me. They were like, "Yo, you really want to play football?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just here for the experience, and just to do it before I won't be able to do it no more." Obviously, I'm a basketball player first. I was traveling the world trying to win a gold medal for USA, so I couldn't make it to the summer practices and stuff like that, and spring practice and all that. But Coach Yabu, he gave me a chance now to come in and show that I really want to do this and that, and I care for the team to not come in and BS and show that I'm actually here to compete.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for him from a life experience lens, right? The guy has a different spring, summer than any of the people in our school, right? So his calendar moves a little bit differently. And, I think everybody sees 6'8", #1 player in the country, but at the end of the day, this guy's a kid. You know what I mean? He's a 17-year-old kid, wants to experience things just like any of us did at one point. So we thought this was a good opportunity to help a vision come to life for a kid, quite honestly.
Today was my first practice catching footballs and stuff, so everyone, they got to see me, do it for the first time. I didn't really have, expectations or anything like that, or like comparisons.
Sure.
Everyone was just like asking me, like, yo, what position you think you're gonna play? And I told them like maybe like receiver, tight end. They were like, yo, you'd be a pretty tall receiver, but I went out there and practice catching. I feel good.
He can run, he's agile, he's coordinated, so right away, those skill positions seem to be a good fit for him. Obviously, he can also play at a height that most people can't play at, so I think playing some pass-catching position makes sense. We think maybe he's got the potential to rush the passer and use his agility to kind of get on edges and be a throwing obstacle as well. So, again, first day being out here, he looked great.
That's kind of how I was able to do it. I had to explain to, my mom, my agent, like, yo, this is my last time I get to actually be a kid. Once I go to college, everything's looked at as a business and, stuff like that. So I told him, like, yo, I want to experience this for my senior year. Coach Yabu thought the same thing. Like, he came to me, he was like, yo, I know this will probably be your last year doing this, so let's just have fun with it.
Yeah, we all know football's dangerous and anything can happen at any time, as really could on a basketball court, right? Just these movements will be newer for his body. It's a new surface. It's a new type of shoe. So the ways that we can, limit his risk of injury, we will of course try to. In a football game, I think there are maybe some things you can do schematically to try and reduce risk. But at the end of the day, if the guy's touching the football in the game, anything can happen, and we will, we'll all live through that risk together. But certainly we realize that, there's value in the kid, and we want to do our best to help him out. If it pans out into being something, that would be amazing. And if it doesn't, then at least we can sleep at night knowing that we gave the kid an opportunity, and at least he'll be able to sleep at night knowing that he took the chance.